Hey everybody, Tony D with your second Hollywoke hot take. Man, Hollywood, you have really screwed the pooch today. Hollywood celebs erupt with rage over Trump leaving Walter Weed. Faking recovery, doctors lying for a mass murderer. Turn it down a notch. Seriously, you. This is just dumb. Um, Trump is trying to keep the country's spirits up during a tough time. A lot of people are upset by the beer virus. They're trapped at home in some states. He's trying to say, don't let it dominate your life. I mean, how is that a bad thing? But apparently, Hollywood can't keep its mouth shut. You are faking your recovery, tweeted NBC's community actor Ken Jeong, who is also a medical doctor. I take issue with that, Mr. Jeong, Dr. Jeong, because you are a medical doctor. Unlike Chris Evans, Captain America, you have a responsibility to give sound medical advice here. You are faking your recovery. What do you base that on? You didn't examine the president, as far as I know. I don't think you're his doctor. So I think you're being extremely irresponsible here because you are a doctor. You should not be throwing medical advice around like this for political concerns. This to me feels very, very wrong. I was a big fan of Ken Jeong, but this upsets me because he is a medical doctor. These other morons, they're all actors. Who cares? Who cares what they say? They can have their opinions. Nobody thinks that they're actual medical people. But you are an actual medical doctor, Mr. Jeong. I don't think you should be saying these kinds of things. Ellen Barkin tweeted, the president's doctors are lying for a mass murderer. Oh, really, Ellen? That's not too hyperbolic, is it? Come on. He's not a mass murderer. What are you talking about? Give us the list of people he's killed. How many people has he killed? You're talking about the people who died from the beer virus? Talk to China about that, you dummy. This is reckless to a shocking degree, even for you, Captain America star Chris Evans tweeted. For a guy who actually played Captain America, mark my words, Chris Evans will one day apologize for playing Captain America. I bet he will. Yeah, because he just sounds so woke and nuts to me. Reckless. Like at this point, Chris, who cares what you say about the president? We already know your deal. We already know how super woke you are, and you're going to do a media company and go after the president. You think you're a reporter now? I guess. Dumb. Just dumb. Listen to him on his tweet. Don't be afraid of COVID. You've been under round-the-clock care by the best doctors using the best drugs. Do you really think everyone has access to that? He didn't say everybody did. He's just trying to keep people's spirits up during a tough time. Sadly, I'm sure you're aware of the disparity. You just don't care. This is reckless to a shocking degree, even for you. Please. It's just... He's just trying to keep people's spirits up. You're just trying to keep them down for political purposes. I'm sure if Joe Biden said the same thing, you'd be like, he's lifting the nation's spirits. What a great guy. Sad. It's just sad to watch you, a guy who played Captain America, become this partisan. You would think you would have a little bit responsibility because of the character you played. You played Captain America, and now it's not enough that Disney, in my opinion, is ruining the Marvel universe, ruining the movies, going completely woke. We got to have the actors too destroy their past creations. How am I going to watch Captain America now? Knowing this is how you really are. It saddens me. It saddens me. To a shocking degree. Look, we get it. You don't like the president. But how about this? How about you continue to be an actor? How about that? And who are you kidding? You'd have round-the-clock care too, Mr. Millionaire. who has millions and millions of dollars, you're not doing anything by this. If anything, you're helping Trump by attacking him. You're helping him. So you're being stupid on two different levels, in my view. On the one hand, you're being blatantly partisan, which is just dumb because you were Captain America and it's going to hurt your future endeavors. And number two, you don't know what you're talking about, in my view. You have no idea what you're talking about. And here's Bette Midler, another one who's been raving like a lunatic on Twitter. The sick idiot in chief just tweeted that I never felt better in 20 years. Don't be afraid of getting COVID. Tell that to the dead. What? Must be pumped up from the steroids and getting medication no one else in the world can get. I'm pretty sure he's getting the best care, but I'm also pretty sure he's not getting a unique drug from a special plant that only the CIA has access to. I mean, what do you people think is in Walter Reed? It's a hospital. It's a really good hospital. It's one built specifically for the armed services and for the presidents, by the way, and for Congress and the senators. I bet if Schumer was in there, you'd be like, oh, I hope you get better. Oh, I hope you give him the best care ever. Same thing with Pelosi. She's going to be in there one day, mark my words. She's pretty up there. And then you're going to be thanking. Oh, then all the doctors will be wonderful. How many times do you think RBG went into that hospital? It's right there. It's what it's for. You are faking your recovery. The dexamethasone. This is the dexamethasone talking. This is Ken Jeong throwing out his medical credentials, I guess. What time will you be bouncing back to the ER? Dude, you're a medical doctor. You shouldn't be throwing this around lightly. Unlike all these other guys, you're an actual doctor. Act like it. You know exactly why these doctors can't say certain things about their patient. Okay? You know exactly the whole deal with keeping patients positive, keeping their spirits up. You know that. I worked as a standardized patient, something that actors do. It's a pretty good gig. You pretend to have a sickness, and then residents, pretend to diagnose you, basically. You act like a real patient. You stay in character. You have specific symptoms, and you tell the doctor, and then you let them diagnose you. And they're videotaped, and they're judged on, their diagnosis and bedside manner and what other things they're supposed to do. So, I mean, I'm no expert, but I did have that experience, and I don't think you're doing anybody any good, and I don't think you're being particularly funny. But I mean, I think a lot of these people are just showboating for the cameras. Mandy Moore. Didn't Mandy Moore badly excuse me, lip sync on Saturday Night Live? Wasn't that her? Don't be afraid of COVID. Tell that to the 210,000 families who have lost loved ones. No, it's 210,000 people died, you idiot. Some of them were in the same family. Hate to tell you, because, it's infectious. We had a case down here where I think 4 members of the same family all died. They all got it around the same time and passed on. To the black, brown, and indigenous folks disproportionately affected, with tens of millions of jobs lost and the economy tanked, many of us isolated for months. You're the cruelest. It's exactly what you'd expect a president to say to his people during this tough time. I guess he should have come out and said, "Oh, I'm so sick. Oh, oh, this is awful, awful. Would that have made you happy, Mandy? Would you have said, oh, I bet you would have said something different then. I bet you wouldn't have said something like, oh, that's terrible, he's sick. I bet you would have said, oh, he should resign because it's all about the election. Jamie Lee Curtis, which this saddens me, another TDS sufferer. Over 1 million people have died from COVID. 200K in the U.S. The president says we shouldn't be afraid of COVID. He received all the best treatments, apparently. I say there's plenty to be afraid of. I'm doing that for all the caps. Wearing a mask is a good start to avoid spreading and getting the virus. I'm not exactly sure if you're mad or just being panicky here. There's plenty to be afraid of. Okay, I mean, I guess you're probably in the elderly category by now. And here's Josh Gad, and I don't know why he's stepping into this. He recently tweeted, and I don't even know if I could read this. The Jewish people, and he used the hard J, the shortened version of that. The Jewish people who support President Trump are siding with the bad guys in World War II, which is pretty hyperbolic, Josh. And then he adds here, don't be afraid of COVID, America. With a helicopter at your disposal and access to treatments only a president can get, you too will get through this just fine in time to get back to your state-of-the-art in-house medical facility with 24-hour care and the best doctors all around. We get it, Josh. I made fun of this too, but Jesus, man. You people are possessed. You're just possessed. He's trying to lift the nation's spirits, and you're just hammering him for it. Again, it's like nothing he does can ever be good. And all you're doing by taking such a hard line stance is you're driving people away from Biden and right into Trump's arms. Because people are getting sick of this. They're getting sick of being lectured by a bunch of millionaires about how they know what the people want. I don't think you know what the people want, because the people voted for Donald Trump. And, oh, but you know better, just like Hillary Clinton knew better, just like Joe Biden apparently knows better. Well, he probably doesn't know much, considering the condition he's in. Did you hear what he said today or yesterday about something about I'm only here today because black women stock the grocery shelves, like implying that only black women do that? I mean, he is a fossil from another time, another racist time, I would say. I think he's really racist. And the more his brain turns to pudding, I think the more you're going to see that racism. Oh, but I'm sure you won't say it. Rosie ODonnell tweeted, F you to the White House press secretary. F you, Kayleigh, you deluded enabler. Because Kayleigh McEnany said, love seeing our president return home to the White House and stand strongly on the balcony. I mean, if you want to curse at the president and his minions like the other randos on Reddit, I guess you can, but you're supposedly a celebrity in the public eye. I guess you're determined to make sure when this is all over, no one will watch anything you're in. Because that's what it's turning into. Okay? What do you think is the end game here, people in Hollywood? Do you think the end game is Biden gets in and everybody goes, oh well? No. Believe me, people will remember your names. And they will say, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, oh, he's in a new movie? Wait a minute. Didn't he support Biden, the president who I hate? F that guy. I'm not going to see his movie. Oh, he's got a new TV show? F that guy. I'm not watching it. Oh, He's going to be performing somewhere. Screw that. I'm not going. Dad, can we go see The Rock? No. That's what you guys have to look forward to. So I hope you saved your money. John Cryer says, can't for the life of me figure out how the White House became ground zero for the COVID outbreak. And he posts the president taking off his mask. That's kind of funny. I'll give that one to John Cryer. Michael Ian Black, the very first thing I do before having sex is remove my condom. All right. I'll give him that one too. Zach Braff, you don't have COVID for the weekend. He either has it and doesn't give a F who gets it from him, or he never had it. Now, Zach, one of his friends died of the beer virus, so I would give him a pass. I would give him a pass simply because he had a close friend die of the virus. You know, he'd probably say something like that either way. He'd probably say that to Biden too. So I'll give him a pass. But Billy Eichner, I don't know if you remember this guy. He was a host of some talk show that was on for a little while. He just types serial killer, and he's got a Biden-Harris 2020 in his avatar. I mean, it's just beyond the pale. Serial killer. Farrow calls Trump a true monster. And I hear those steroids can make an older guy feel frisky, which is a weird follow-up comment. You are a true monster. I mean, and then to say, I hear they make a. What are you hitting on the president, you weirdo? And then the director of Selma, Ava DuVernay, don't be afraid of COVID, he dares say to those of us who have lost loved ones to the beer virus. This man is evil. And then, a little while later, a couple of things to all those who tried to ridicule me for stating I don't wish death upon anyone. No, I guess not, but you called the guy evil, so it's not like you're not in the mix here. Feel free to spend your energy, time, spirit wishing for someone else's death. I won't. I guess that's good. 2, rage, criticism, justice, work can be expressed without soiling one's soul, karma, and mind. Oh, ho, ho, ho. La-di-da. Oh, the ivory tower you're standing in must be way up there. House of Cards creator Bo Williamson tweeted, while you're still infected with a serious respiratory virus, which has forced you to get supplemental oxygen, you feel better than you did 20 years ago. Either those experimental drugs are messing with your mind or you're totally full of it. I don't think Bo Williamson is a doctor. But let me ask him, what was it like working with Kevin Spacey? You know, Kevin Spacey, who was the star of House of Cards, got into a bit of trouble. I think he got off, but he got into a bit of trouble, didn't he? I wonder, since you have such high standards, I wonder if you applied those high standards to Kevin Spacey, or did you just not see his behavior? I wonder. Colin Hanks, son of Tom Hanks, forever son of Tom Hanks, unfortunately. He's a good actor. He's been in Fargo. He was in The Good Guys, which was a really great, underrated show. He says, idiot super spreader, the best medical care in the world, tells millions with virus, the relatives of over 200,000 dead victims, don't be afraid of COVID. Don't let it dominate your life. I don't see the problem here. He's the leader of the country. Accept it. Accept it. He's not a rando saying this. He's not some rich guy saying this. He's the president of the United States. He's saying it for a reason. It has nothing to do with you, rich guy, fellow millionaire. Then General Hospital's actress Nancy Lee Graham called the physicians to the president, Dr. Sean Connolly, a quack. Are these guys in the back Dr. Quack's backup singers? I guess she's trying to be funny. I don't know. And of course, George Takei. He's got to weigh in. So we're in full Jonestown now, it seems. Ooh, that was pretty good, George Takei. I mean, you got to give me that one. So we're full out in Jonestown now, it seems. Yeah, first one was better. Let's go with the first take. Um, you know, I don't know what to say about George. You know, he was a great Mr. Sulu, and he's been Me Too'd too. Google that sometime. But he of course denies it, and it was like a million years ago. So, but you know, he just goes on and on. He was for a while king of Twitter. Now Trump is. Dietrich Bader, remember him? He was in the Drew Carey show. He's been in a bunch of things. Yeah, he's just making a joke here. So is COVID like a spa day? I'll give you that one. That's okay. Patricia Arquette, cough up the DNA for the latest rape case now? That doesn't make any sense. What does that mean? I don't know what that means. That was a weird one to end on, Breitbart. Weird one to end, but this is Hollywood. These celebrities, they just can't stay out of it. Okay? You're not tweeting to your friends. You're tweeting to the public. And you're hurting your own careers in the process. If I see anything made by these guys and I see the name, I'm out. I'm out. Most of them. Not all of them. I mean, the guys who made jokes, they made jokes. Ken Jeong, I'm really disappointed in. I really am. I mean, that to me is just... Come on, man. Come on, man! You're a doctor. You should not be weighing in like that. You know? I get it. You're just slamming them, but you're a medical doctor, dude. That seems beyond the pale to me. And Chris Evans, you know, dude, just stop. Just stop. Can't you go back to making movies? You all have millions of dollars. Just shoot a movie in your backyard or something. You know, maybe it'll be good. You some of you are good actors, some of you. Not all. Let's not get crazy. You know, make a movie. Busy yourself with a project. Stop talking about politics, please. You're just hurting the movie industry as a whole, your own careers. I know you don't care. I know you won't believe me until it's too late. That's the sad thing. You know, when Chris Evans can't get arrested in Hollywood, when the movie industry is taking it on the chin and they're like, oh, we can't hire anybody who's political anymore. No one will go see the movie. Then you're going to be in trouble. When this trend dies, and it's right there. We're about a month away from the whole thing's going to turn around. I've been predicting it. Yeah. Oh, we've got 1 month, less than a month, and it's over. And a lot of people are going to be sad in Hollywood. A lot of people. All right, I'm going to wrap this up. Hollywoke, please go back to being Hollywood. Joan and I will see you next time.